Hey guys, my name is Jason. In today's video, we'll be discussing why some websites do not seem to convert their traffic into actual leads for the business. Now, these are some simple problems that many business owners face, and from the past 5 years of experience, I've helped fix a lot of these issues and improve conversion rate percentages so clients can still have the same amount of traffic but get more leads into their CRM and funnel. And this is all based on live analytic data that we're going to be using to provide you some solutions with. So by the end of this video, you'll have some actual solutions you can use to implement into your website and see an increase in your conversion rate percentage. Okay, let's hop right into it and just break down what this flowchart really represents and how you can actually avoid a lot of the mistakes that a lot of businesses make, which is having a terrible non-converting website. So if you're spending money on Google ads or Facebook ads and they're directing it to your website, or you're spending that to bring traffic to your website and it's not converting, this is most likely 80% of the solution right here. If you still don't find any of these working for you, you might be in the bracket that requires like the really specific fixes and a lot of A/B testing. But I can guarantee it, 80% of businesses, 100%, sorry, 80% of businesses would 100% benefit from these tips. So let's hop right into it. Number one, it is a poor mobile experience. Now this right here, a poor mobile experience, I'll circle it a bit better, is typically very, very common on any of these Wix, Shop, Squarespace. What else is a platform? I don't even know what else am I supposed to say. Weebly, I think that's still around. Wix, all these different platforms, they allow you to customize the site. I think Squarespace is actually, not a problem when it comes to poor mobile responsiveness, but it is on Wix especially. It's because they allow you to adjust the mobile, the mobile screen as much as you want and move stuff around, and it's quite freeform. Versus a lot of the other platforms that make you follow a really strict outline of how you can adjust the content and how you can change stuff around. But the thing with Wix and even some WordPress websites is the lack of mobile responsiveness and the overall experience on mobile is quite terrible. Everything from the menu to how you scroll on the page and how everything pops up, it can be quite not overwhelming, I would say, but just you're not user friendly because the person that's trying to explore your business and learn more about what you offer is having a difficult time exploring and actually just getting to know what your services and your product offering or your suite of services is. And that's where mobile experience. That's where mobile experience really comes into play, is where you're targeting people that are making quick searches on their phone. Like most people do Google searches on their phone these days. It's not a surprise that 60 to 70% of a website's traffic usually does originate from a mobile device. And I mean, we have the analytics to back this up. All of our client sites are, they have Google Analytics and tracking on them. And I mean, most of the time, it's either a 50-50 split or it's a 60-40 where mobile dominates. It's just, there's less and less businesses, less and less individuals using their desktop or laptop to browse and shop around. It's usually a quick search on Google on their phone or Safari, whatever they use. And that's where mobile experience is a really crucial thing that a lot of businesses get wrong. This is not as common, but slow loading speeds is also a big problem that I've seen, not with building websites like website builders, but definitely with WordPress and custom websites and sometimes like other CMS systems. It's slow loading speeds due to a lack of just mobile. I'm sorry, non-mobile optimization. It's like CSS minification, HTML minification, or JavaScript delay, or whatever it might be. They're not using the correct plugins or the technology to make sure their actual website's loading up correctly. Their hosting might be a bit slower, might be cheap hosting, because shared space hosting is usually a bit lacking when it comes to quality of speed. That's why all of our clients we use Cloudways. Transparently, we use Cloudways, and we have DigitalOcean high frequency servers, and it ensures that all the websites are constantly loading up properly. Even certain themes on WordPress, especially themes like Divi, which I have used in the past, do perform really bad. They just market it as saying, no, we can make amazing websites, but time and time again, Divi websites are just like so slow in my opinion. And I know there's people out there that make really good Divi websites, but hey man, that's just my experience. But yeah, slow loading speeds does often lead to people either abandoning a website, or just like giving up on whatever they were trying to do. But yeah, unoptimized content. This is a bit of an interesting one, because either a person is like just obviously the thing I have written down here is they fail to retain interest in the actual item that, or like whatever information you have on a website. But unoptimized content can be a lot of different things. It's really about the content itself, the copy, and what you're talking about is just a bunch of blibbly bloop, like it's just a bunch of jargon, or there's actually just a lack of media or graphics or animations, or maybe some different elements that really put the information together in a nice cohesive manner. A lot of people do just chuck in huge paragraphs of text, and I think that's what causes people to just like scroll through for a bit and be like, oh, this is boring, because I mean everyone just wants to see images and maybe like more summarized points. For SEO as well, optimized content is extremely important, but finding that balance between like, hey, I have 1,000 word essay on my website versus I have a 30-word summary with bullet points everywhere. You got to find a balance in between there, and just make sure your website actually has enough information as well as cohesive and it's interesting to read. Now, this one is super easy to talk about, but it is the fact that most websites don't even have a clear CTA. What is the next step? What are you trying to do? Try and book a call, get them to fill out a lead form, get them to book an appointment, fit into your calendar, just buy something. Like it can be a lot of different things you want your website to do, but having a clear CTA for every specific page, especially if you're running a service-based business where there might be some steps that you need them to take. For us, it's obviously booking in a call, qualifying the client. That's a clear CTA that we always talk about. But yeah, that's another important thing, and it leads to the same problem, which is it fails to engage the actual customer, because they might read everything, and then if they can't have a clear CTA that they need to follow, I mean, they're bouncing right off. And obviously the last point that I'll probably talk about is poor website design. This is, I mean, it's such a subjective topic, what website design really is. I mean, everyone has their own take of what they like on a website, but I think there's a general rule, and there's obviously, there's fundamental like concepts that even in university, in web design schools, in academies, whatever, it's taught. Like Jesslot's law, the Jesslot principles and stuff about like symmetry and all this stuff. Even font typography classes. I mean, everyone knows the story about Steve Jobs and how he took a typography class, and I mean stuff like that. But poor website design can usually lead to a person either leaving or just being uninterested in the actual content, because the overall design of the website is just a bit lacking in prettiness, and so they don't really want to read through it because it just looks really bad. We had a client that we worked with a really long time ago, but they were doing e-commerce for a specific equipment piece. I'm not going to say the exact item, because I mean their website ranks #1 right now, so like the people are going to rock up. But website's not the prettiest, but it gets the job done really, really well. It does have a lot of content on there, and the website design earlier, I mean a year or two ago, sorry, like 2-3 years ago, was extremely bad. And it was causing his conversions to be quite low because he was getting a lot of traffic, but conversions were super low because people just couldn't figure their way around the website, and the bigger guys that were ranking lower but had a great user experience were just stealing a lot of the customers. So poor website design can definitely make a huge difference in your conversions. So what to do? Solutions are: you either improve your website design, so that's #1. You implement some clear CTAs. That can be book a call, contact us, fill out this form, submit the form, inquire, whatever it is. That's your CTA. Create high quality content. High quality content meaning it's concise, it's readable, it's summarized, and the person that wants to actually get the information can get the information in a very easy to digest manner, so they're not constantly reading through a bunch of stuff for no reason at all. Mobile friendliness, of course, in 2024 that should be the standard. If your website is not mobile friendly, just turn it off. Honestly, just might as well just turn it off. And optimize loading speeds. This is a bit of a more of a technical one, but upload tiny PNGs or tiny JPEGs, or use WebP, which is actually an image format for the internet, and it's really optimized. your website will usually load way faster if your images are in WebP. We have all of our client sites with a short pixel image optimization set up, so all the client sites are constantly optimized automatically, and also they use WebP to show images. That way, obviously, you have a lot faster websites, and the images are not taking up a lot of time loading up and consuming a lot of data. But another thing is obviously optimizing the HTML, CSS, JavaScript. That's across the board on all websites because that's the fundamentals of every website. Another small tip slash trick is that you use Cloudflare and really high speed hosting, and use hosting that's closest to your host country. So if you're in New Zealand, don't get a server in America or I don't know, like Greece or India or something. You'd rather get that server to be in Australia or in New Zealand, or I mean even the west side of US, but still then you'll have like a slight delay. You'd rather have all your content on the most nearest server possible, but that's where Cloudflare comes in with their CDN networks, which are their cloud delivery networks. Again, this is all just a bunch of technical babble for most people, but if you can set those up, it makes sure that your site is easily accessible by anywhere around the world, and it makes them load up the site from the nearest server to them. So obviously that will mean the website loads up a bit quicker. But yeah, so these are a couple of small points that I thought I'd go over, and if that helps out in helping you improve your website's conversions, by all means, please drop a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel for more information like this. Otherwise, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching the video, and take care.